Hello, my name is Michelle Yarbrough, and I am your instructor this semester. Yes, I am a real person. And I know the online format is a little bit different because we're not, I'm more used to teaching in person, and I like to interact with my students. So I have to set up ways that we can do that, even online. Number one, I do have office hours that are Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 2, where I will be at my phone and I will be available to speak with you and talk with you about your questions or concerns that you have with the course. Also, from 7 to 8 on Tuesday, I will try to be around my computer, but I prefer that we just set up an appointment to talk on the phone. I can Skype, I can do, I am in Odessa a lot of days because I work at UTPB and I teach at UTPB also. And I'm a graduate student there with getting my master's of English. So I am in the Odessa area if that is something that you would prefer, but it would be best if we just made an appointment. Now, with that being said, I set up those office hours when I'm available, but I am not available 24/7. Please do not text me at 10 p.m. at night. I know that you may be a night owl and you may be working on my skills lab in the middle of the night. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not thinking about this course. So I do have office hours when I'm at my phone and I can give you immediate assistance. There is the Pearson technical support that I sent you on an announcement today, and that number you can call if you're having technical issues with the program. But I'm not available 24/7, so don't try, please. No, do not try. Unless you're my child, I will not be getting up in the middle of the night for you. Okay? So now on to who can help you during the week. If you happen to be on campus in Wilkerson Hall on the second floor in room 208, or like there's a suite of offices, Dr. Jones and Janet Matthews are in that office area, and they have a wealth of knowledge. They created the course, they can help you, they can answer your questions, and they're usually around or in class. They're actually in classes, and we go around pretty much close to the same schedule. So if you're super confused on an assignment, go into the class and ask for some extra help from that instructor, or maybe be sitting in class. They've totally opened that up for you. So if you're interested in that, let me know. But we have to work with this constraints of just technology. And I want this to be an effective course for you. So one of the main things that I give you is this lovely course schedule. And wow, look at this. It is even highlighted in yellow with everything that is due. Really? Seriously? Yeah. If you print this off and you can post it right up there, somewhere in your room, wherever you want, and you look at the date and you say, oh, it's March 18th, which is tomorrow, right? I think, yeah. March 18th. My path builder's due. Uh-oh. I need to do that, right? And the Lexile. Wait a second. I don't even know what she's talking about. Okay. Well, then that's a time you text me and you say, what's the Lexile locator? What's the path builder? Okay. There are detailed explanations in the coursework section that show you how to do the My Skills Lab first test. Okay. I would click on that. And also I sent you a link to it. So yes, I have told you. You should know. But if you have any other further questions and you have not been able to take those tests, yes, please text me, give me a call before, like after 8, don't text me. Okay. So, these path builders, the path builder is going to be about an hour for you to take it. It's 44 questions. Now you can start and stop that test. Take your time. This test can save you a lot of time in the future because all of these assignments are based on how you do on the path builder. If you do well, you'll master some of these and you will not have to do them. You will get an automatic 100 in the grade book. Congratulations, right? I have a lot of students that master the grammar. Holy cannoli, that's a lot of post-test that you do not even have to think about. You're done. You've got 100%. Congratulations, okay? The Lexile Locator is testing your reading level, okay? Now, it's very important when you look at testing a reading level to see how long it takes someone to read exercises. So it is timed. You cannot start and stop this exercise. So you want to take that, and it's about 20 to 30 minute test. It's like 20 questions, 20 to 25 questions, okay? So make sure when you sit down to do that, you have that time available to work on that, okay? And these are due tomorrow, I believe. Or is today March 7th? I'm not. It's I'm going to check them on that day, and if you don't have them done, you're behind, and I will be emailing you and pestering you, okay? Again, look at the schedule. This is 6 hours a week of your time. 6 hours. That's what this is a 16-week course that has been condensed into 8 weeks. That is great because you get it over with more quickly, but it is more time consuming when you do a condensed course. So I want you to look at the schedule. And I know a lot of you are working full time. I get it. I teach. I'm a graduate student. I'm a mother. I have to, whenever I take courses, I have to look at when am I going to have time to do this. At the beginning of the semester, just a random note, there was this Hamlet course. I wasn't really interested in taking Hamlet anyway. And I got the syllabus and I looked over it, and I just started thinking about my week and realized I do not have the time to give to this course that I need. So I took a different course. And you can still drop, I believe, without and get your money back. If you do not feel like you have the time to give what you need to this course, I can tell how much time you spend on an assignment. I can tell how many times you actually get onto Blackboard. When a student tells me they're confused, a lot of times the student is not checking Blackboard, is not following announcements, is not looking at the coursework. They're spending a couple of minutes on assignments in My Skills Lab. And yeah, if you give the class 30 minutes that requires 6 hours, you're going to be confused. I'm not a miracle worker, okay? So please, and with that being said, these due dates are firm. So let's say you have something come up, you're extremely sick, or, I don't know. I mean, again, and it shouldn't happen with every due date. I will, if you notify me in advance, because again, you're working on this stuff. You're not waiting to the last minute, because again, with technical difficulties, and so be it. Don't wait until, Tuesday, till, March 25th to finish all these assignments. Okay. You need to know that you have the time to do it. But if you do know, like, I'm not going to be able to get to this particular assignment, or I'm not going to be able to finish that essay and get it polished on time, then you can email me and we will talk. Now, if you're doing it for every single essay, I'm not going to be as resilient. But again, once this date is passed, once I have put a 0 in the grade book, it's a 0. It's a firm 0. I used to give a little bit more leniency, but I feel like you're in college, you paid for this course, you want this. This is a course to give you tools to be successful in your composition class, in your history class. If you are not following a schedule and you are not able to look and see these due dates, plus I'm going to be pestering you all the time with announcements. So don't feel like I'm not going to tell you every single due date, every single moment, but I will keep you up to, those announcements are important. So checking your email, I always email a copy. It's very important to your success in any course. So I feel like allowing students to turn in late work, it's not helping you prepare for college. You may have been able to do it in the past. It's not happening in your present. So look at what you're going to be doing. And if you have questions, if this is totally confusing, the worksheets I gave you go with all these different sections that are on the course schedule. Now, notice that on the top it says attendance and work due 5% for this for attendance. So all attendance is, seriously, once a week, you email me and you'll answer a question. I'll send out the question early on the week. I'll give you a time that you have to email me by. And you just answer that question. Easy. 5%. Checking in. Having a communication with me as a teacher. So yeah, this isn't a course that you just check out for. You know, and if you took this class in class and you decided to just not go for 2 weeks, would you pass the course? No, you wouldn't. So it's important to check in. Okay, now your Cornell notes, and that is in coursework under Module 1, the first 5 chapters are due on March 25th. Okay, so you need to look at the it'll give you a tutorial online on how to do those Cornell notes. You will be emailing them to me. I will be asking for them, and you will then put it as an attachment, your Cornell notes. Okay, so you need to have those ready, but they're only 5% of your grade. They're not a huge portion of your grade. Let's say you didn't do any of the notes. That means that you automatically have a 95% in this class. Okay, so you have to look at those things. The second part, the third part actually, is in my skills lab. Now that's 20%. That's a bigger portion, and that's going over the chapters too, and it has exercises. And you know, you see the number of exercises right there, and you see also when they're due. Okay, now I will tell you, like, it'll say like this is due on March 23rd, 1.2 vocab, but I'm not going to necessarily grade and take a grade immediately. I will usually wait to the end of the module to grade all of these exercises. Now, Lexile, that's your reading level. We're trying to get you to a 12th grade reading level, so you have to do a Lexile at least 1 or 2 every module. It tells you when to do it. And that is 10% of your grade. Then the grammar, which is all of this, is 10% of your grade. So you've got to realize then you get to these essays, okay? And you may want to blow off the essay and be like, I don't really feel like writing this essay. That's a lot more work. It's 30% of your grade. 4 essays equal 30% of your grade. So that means if you do not do essays for me, number one, you're not going to pass this class because you have to make a 75 or greater to go on to the next course. So if you don't do the essays, you don't get the grade. So do the essays and go to the writing lab. They'll help you. It's so wonderful. I mean, it's a resource that is I still, as a graduate student, I work in the Success Center at UTPB, and I go to the tutors. I have them look over my papers. I have people revise my papers. It doesn't even have to be someone in my course, but I want someone that can help me to be a better writer. No one's perfect. The first draft, do not give me your first draft. I do not want to read your first drafts, please. You should be starting on your autobiography today. Try to write the whole thing out. It's 5 paragraphs. Write the 5 paragraphs about yourself and then let it rest and then come back to it. Have someone else look at it. I want you to turn in what you feel like is your best. I'm a little bit harder on grading essays than some teachers because I feel like it is such an important part of getting you prepared for composition. And you should be, I want to see that you use the resources that are available to you on campus, or even submitting it to the Pearson tutorial that's online will be beneficial. I have students that have turned in papers that I know they didn't even use spell check. So make sure you have Microsoft Word. Make sure that you're using the spell and grammar check. Those are tools that are just expected for you to use in college. So if you have any questions, please text me or give me a call. And I'm sorry this took a little longer than I intended for the first video, but again, I just wanted to introduce myself and look over the sample autobiography that I uploaded. and then you'll learn more about me that way also. And feel free to call if you have questions. Thank you. Bye bye.